Okay, so today we're going to talk about one of my favorite topics, your adductors or your inner legs. So their inner leg muscles, your adductor muscles, are so important and one of the most missed pieces when it comes to pelvic floor stability because the muscle goes all the way up the inner leg into that pubic bone. And so it plays a huge role in the front part of your pelvic floor stability. And so for a lot of women who do struggle with a lot of like glute clenching stuff, so you have a lot of tension in the back side, the front side tends to be weaker. So that can cause some of that leaking and pain with intercourse and different things like that. And so if you're having pelvic floor issues or even like having your core fully heal, um, your inner legs can sometimes be a very missed piece. And so I love inner leg work. I think it helps tremendously with building up that stability of your pelvis and that pelvic floor and just kind of overall having some strength and having some of that pressure and movement patterns taken off of the lower back because your inner legs are working better and helping to support the pelvis in their position as well. Okay, so just 3 exercises today, but they're very effective. So my favorite position ever is going to be the sumo stance. So as wide as you can, comfortably, your heels are in, your toes are out, really working on getting that turnout, and automatically you should feel those muscles there. Now going into, we're going to do squat pulses today. I want you to sit back and down into that squat. We're not just sinking straight down. I want you to have a little bit of that pop back as you're sitting down into that squat. And so you should feel those inner legs working right away. And we're just going to do little pulses, little pulses, little pulses. Good. I would shoot for about like 15 to 20, really feel that inner leg burn. So up and down, inhale, exhale, up, inhale, down, exhale, up. Good. For 5, 3, 2, and 1. Now, the other two moves, I'm going to have you grab a ball. I'm going to use a Pilates ball. We're going to put that kind of right between your knees, very low um, in your thigh, knees, if you feel comfortable, or a little bit above. We're going to go into more of a chair squat. And so I want your feet to be more narrow than your hips. So we're going to get as close as we can together with that ball between our knees. And now we're going to squeeze that ball, sit into that squat, and then stand. Good. Squeeze, squat, and stand. Good. Squeeze. You're feeling those inner legs activate. Sit those hips down and back and up. Good. Squeeze, squat, and stand. Good. Squeeze, squat, and stand. Squeeze hard so you feel those inner legs sitting down and back and up. Good. Okay, last one. If you were to use a yoga block or a book, you can also use the ball if you would like. Again, we're going right between those knees and we are going to squeeze the block. Okay, lower those heels down and then back up. So squeeze, lower, and up. Good. Squeeze, lower, and up. Good. Squeeze, really activate. Lower and up. Embrace the shake. Good. Squeeze, lower and up. 2 more. Squeeze, lower and up. Good. Squeeze, lower and up. Good. So you should feel those inner legs working with all 3 of those movements. You can obviously work on progressions with each of those movements as well, but really just getting those muscles to activate and like work for you is most of the issue. Again, sumos, you can do sumo squats, sumo hinges, all of the things, but working on really getting those muscles and what am I supposed to be feeling and getting them to engage while you're doing those movements to then help with Like I said, stabilizing that pelvic floor quite a bit in the front, but probably more importantly, helping those lower back muscles deactivate a little bit and not always having to be working for you. So try those three. Let me know what you think.